This is Frozen Frenzy Disney Toys Club, and today we're opening the Lalaloopsy Baking Oven. Here we go. Okay, come on. Okay. Ooh, this is a big package here. Whoa. Okay. Now there's a little bit more at the end of the box here.
I have this. I have a baker.
It includes the Lalaloopsy Baking Oven right here.
Look, I have this.
A heart-shaped spatula. A cookie button mold. A baking pan and measuring spoons. It also includes mixes for 1 strawberry flavored cake and 6 sugar cookies. You can make chocolate and strawberry flavored cake, confetti cake, chocolate chip and sugar cookies. See the picture there? Okay, let's take a look.
Now let's open this.
All right. So it says for ages 8 and older, but we're trying it with our younger daughter, so we'll see how it goes.
I want.
With adult supervision.
With adult supervision, obviously.
I want to cook.
Okay. So you're going to need some scissors to open up all the different parts.
But how do I eat a cookie?
How do you eat a cookie? We're going to find out. First, you're going to plug in your oven and turn it on. And you have to preheat the oven for 20 minutes.
Like I turn it on?
It's already on, sweetie. See, the little light is on. So just don't touch it. You have to make sure you tell your kids not to touch the oven while it's on, okay? Then you have to evenly coat the pan with cooking spray. Okay? Then we get to mix the batter. So this part will be fun for your little one. 1 strawberry cake mix. It says strawberry cake right here. Okay. So you want to pour it in? Pour 1 strawberry cake mix. So you pour this in the bowl.
No, I will pour it.
Okay, go ahead and pour it in the bowl. Okay, and it mix it with 2 pinches, 1 dash, and 1 sprinkle of water. So I'm really not sure what they mean by that, so I'm just going to go ahead and use the little tablespoon mix here.
I did it.
Great job, sweetie.
Use that.
Okay, sweetie, go ahead and put that in there. Okay, and maybe a little bit more. And then we just need a little mixing.
Okay.
Okay, we don't want to put this in there, sweetie.
I will do this.
But we don't want to put this in here.
Why?
Okay, we don't want to put that in there because we're going to need to use it again in the water. Okay, now the next thing is we're going to stir
I want
the mixture until it's combined. Do not overmix. Okay, so you can stir for a minute. We'll take turns stirring. Okay, you stir and then I'll stir a little bit, okay? Or we can stir together. How about that? Okay, so it looks like it may need a little bit more water, but let's wait until all the water gets absorbed that we have and see if we need just a little bit more. It doesn't look like there's a whole lot of batter in here, so maybe it's just because it needs a little bit more water. So, do you want to put that in? Now just drop it in, don't touch it to the batter. Okay. Very good. Now we just have to stir it a little more.
I do it myself.
Okay. Okay, the next step after that is to fill the pan evenly with cake batter until it reaches the fill line. So if you have kids, make sure you let them know not to eat the batter until it's fully cooked. Okay, and we're going to make sure we stir it a little bit more to get all the lumpies out. Okay. Okay, see all that?
Yeah.
You like that? Okay, now let go. Let go. We got to squish it, stir it in. We got to pour it into the pan now.
I want to do it.
Okay, now you can do it a little bit too. Okay, place the pan. Okay, fill the pan evenly with cake batter until it reaches the fill line on the pan. So we just keep scooping it out and then place the pan in the center of the baking slot. Use the oven spatula to push the pan into the baking chamber. stop pushing when the raised line on the spatula reaches the edge of the baking slot. Okay, it says to place the pan in the center of the baking slot, which is some little lines here. And then it says use the oven spatula to push the pan into the baking chamber. Okay, so about halfway through. Okay, bake for 12 minutes. Peek inside to make sure the metal doors are closed on both ends. If one door is open, use the oven spatula to push it closed. If you push the pan too far, push it into the cooling chamber. Then use the spatula. Okay, here you go, sweetie. So now you just spread the frosting over the cake. Now that you've taken out the cake out of the oven, and you had let it cool in the cooling chamber. So you frost it you add the frosting on top, spread it around. We had put our frosting in the fridge for a few minutes because we wanted to make sure that it had hardened up a little bit. It was a little bit watery. So we put maybe a little bit too much water in. So just spread it all around. Maybe just a little bit more. Okay.
The cake is not ready.
Well, it's not ready yet because we haven't put the frosting on, but it's almost ready. Then all we have to do is put the sprinkles on. Sprinkles are going on next. So doesn't that look good? Yummy. It says you can use a rubber spatula. You can use any kind of device that looks kind of similar to a rubber spatula. Right now, I'm using a little rice cooker spoon. So then stir it around in a pattern, or you can just kind of have it smooth the whole way around. It's good smooth like that. Okay, so I think it's just about ready, where now we can put the little sprinkles on, the little heart sprinkles. So just put open your little packet that says heart confetti, and then go ahead and maybe just pour a little bit into your pan. Here you go. Take a little bit of that and sprinkle it all over to decorate. And if you have kids, they're probably going to be eating them as they go along. Here you go, sweetie. And you may want to save some of the heart confetti for the cookies. So that's all we're going to use for this cake. So, okay, let's just hold it up for the camera. Here you go, and here's our strawberry cake from our...
Can I eat it?
Yes, sweetie, in just a moment. Here's our strawberry cake from the Lalaloopsy Baking Oven.